Mr. Gunnar Sundberg, qui est donc compositeur suédois et qui a écrit sa 15e symphonie qui doit être créée prochainement à Stockholm dans l'inspiration d'Amer. Monsieur Gunnar Sundberg, donc je vous demande d'applaudir. You can sit down. Okay. So, can you tell us about your symphony? Est-ce que vous pouvez nous en dire plus à propos de votre récente symphonie écrite dans l'inspiration de
Yes, I do it in English. My first experience was actually in 1970. The first experience of this great author was in Prix was in 1970. And Carl B. Blomdahl wrote the very famous oratorium in 1956 on Anna Bass.
Vous êtes référé à l'oratorio de Blomdahl.
Yeah. And it was the first performance, and I heard it for the first time when at the beginning of the 1970s. I began my experience on Amer for exactly 10 years ago.
Ça fait 10 ans que vous vous intéressez à ce poème.
Yes, and I finished the first part of it for about 3 weeks ago. And as one of the greatest musicologists in America, Steinberg, said that this great poem is actually like a part of a 4-part symphony. And we have an invocation which has finished for about 3 weeks ago. I saw the experience of the words of this great poet, how you can collaborate with the global system of the universe. And also with my mentor, Sven Beck, who was a close friend to Carl Blomdahl, who saw actually the same thing. There was a global transition between word and music. And that was actually when I actually realized that it was possible to work out a symphony with words and with recitation and with baritone solo.
Donc vous avez récemment achevé cette composition il y a à peine 3 semaines, si j'ai compris.
Yes, I think that the most important thing about Prix is that you can hear, also by Rilke and Hermann Broch, you can hear the music in the language. Therefore, Rilke was very, very famous for composers like Schoenberg and Alban Berg to compose music, and of course by French poets like Mallarmé, for instance, and Martha Link. You can hear the language.
Donc vous êtes intéressé à la musicalité du langage de théâtre.
And the language is so structured that you can actually compose music into the language.
Oui.
You heard, of course, by college in England, but Prix was for me, for the last 10 years, challenging to compose this symphony.
Donc vous vous êtes intéressé à cet univers qui vous semble très empreint de musique. Lui qui était effectivement pour qui la séparation des deux langages était importante, vous en tant que compositeur, vous vous êtes intéressé à cela. C'est ce que vous nous avez expliqué dans la référence aussi à la musicalité du langage poétique de Maeterlinck, si je vous ai bien suivi. Et donc, est-ce que nous aurons l'occasion d'entendre cette symphonie en France bientôt?
I said for Carl Blomdahl said, I must compose in the original language because that if you we have a wonderful translation by Wallace to Siembach, but it had to be, because that the language itself, Blomdahl said, you have to compose it in the original language, because that you have the whole transition, because that you are using different kinds of instruments.
Vous êtes référé à la...
And of course that you have a recitation, and you have a baritone solo, and you have the choir in the third part. Therefore, I challenged myself to compose it in the French
Vous êtes référé finalement à la méthode de Blomdahl.
because that something's going lost. The same thing if you compose something about Rilke in English or in Swedish, everything is lost.
And will it be possible to hear your symphony in French soon?
I hope that the first part is going to be performed very soon, and I hope in the next year, in 2011, the whole symphony is going to be completed.
Donc la première partie nous sera peut-être prochainement accessible. En tout cas, c'est ce qu'on attend. We are waiting for it.
Yes.
Et nous vous remercions. En tout cas, thank you for coming.
Thank you
d'être
very much.
venu nous en parler quelque peu.